Check
All
in.
right, good afternoon. We are live, by the way. So, good afternoon, good morning, good evening. How are you guys going? I'm here with one of my clients, Tasha. Super excited to share how she started a brand new program. She changed niche. She implemented a whole brand new strategy growing her Facebook group, and she did 419, so nearly 420,000 cash collected. I'm not sure what the sales were in the last 12 months, and she's going to share with you guys her top tips and some really helpful things for you if you are either getting off the ground and wanting to actually grow your business to multiple six figures, or maybe you're transitioning from an old niche into a new niche or an old program or business into something new and you're having some challenges with that. She's going to share all the good stuff. So I'm super excited to have you, Tasha. Tasha is, I can't say one of my favorite clients because I say that about
You said
everyone,
it's
but
about.
we do have a best friend bracelet somewhere, so we are yes, we are best friends now. And she's probably one of the easiest clients that I've ever had to work with. So coachable. So I'm super grateful to even have you
Thank you.
as a client, and I'm super excited to have you here. And so, would you like to introduce yourself and let everyone know like what were you doing before? What are you doing now?
Yeah, so when I first started, I used to sell knives. And so if you're in Australia, that won't make sense. But if you're in North America, you'll know the Cutco knives. I started there. I worked in corporate America. And back in 2015, I was commuting an hour and a half or hour and 15 minutes each way. My kids were 3 and 5, and I was salary capped. And I was like, I got to do something other than this. I wanted to work from home. And so I was like, I'm going to teach entrepreneurs how to sell stuff because all I'd ever done was sales training, very similar to you. And I ran into a friend who did network marketing, so direct sales. She invited me to her thing. I was like, listen to my podcast. And she hired me, and she went from making $50 a month to $450 the next month. So obviously, and then her friend hired me. And so I had two clients. I was making 400 bucks a month. And so that's a great time to quit my corporate job and go all in.
Yeah.
And we ended up working in the network marketing industry, coaching them on basically closing skills and leadership skills, time management, stuff like that. We did really well. Our second year was 1.4 million. Our third year, we did over a million as well. And then things really started to shift in the industry. Back in 2023, we started really feeling that shift. And I'd always wanted, when I first started, I wanted to work with people that were like, in my mind, I thought like CPAs or IT professionals, people that would have high, like be really smart, but they would have no experience making sales. And because of that, they would be broke. They'd be brilliant and broke. And I just thought that was terrible. I spent my whole career teaching beginners, like non-sales people, how to sell things, and I thought I could fix that. And so that was always my vision was to expand, like make sales training accessible to the average entrepreneur so that you didn't have to like mortgage your house to get good sales training. And I know that you connect with that. And so back in 2023, I think, if I'm getting all these years right, we were like, let's go ahead and expand. The industry we were in was noticeably having a lot of disruption for a lot of people. And so we're like, we're going to expand our target market and we're going to include coaches and consultants. And then we fell hard and we sucked so bad. And I think that's part of the story. And then we were able to turn it around. Last February, we launched the What to Say coaching program. So it's been a little over a year. And it's gone really, really well so far. I'm really excited about it. And so what we do is we work with coaches and consultants and we help them with their client journey. So we help them, get leads, nurture them, and convert those leads into clients. And we do some basic stuff on the offer as well. So we're really excited to be here, and we're super grateful for you, Sarian, because we met you in the middle of all of it. And I just feel so, so grateful to all the coaching that we've received and the environment that we're in right now.
I love that. And it's funny that you say, obviously, you were in network marketing, so your background is similar to mine, it's just all sales, right? And so
Hmm.
sales, door sales, network marketing sales, and you built a very successful business in network marketing, like over $1 million really quickly, much quicker than what I built my coaching business. And
Hmm.
then you transitioned. It's funny. I think you transitioned into a harder niche because a different business model, because it was a low ticket to a high ticket business model. So it was a different
Yeah.
business model for sure. But coaches are marketed to a lot. So you transition into marketing to, I feel like the most marketed to people on the
Yeah.
internet. But your first year, like you've crushed it, and I mean, you guys will be at $1 million next year, back where your previous business was before. So you're doing really, really well. Um, I would love to know what are the biggest either lessons like that you wish you knew before the transition that would have made it easier growing your business in the last 12 months, or um even like mindset shift. Like I know it would be difficult up here to go from having a successful business to back to being like a beginner and starting from scratch as well. So I think those are two different questions. Let's start with like biggest lessons that you wish you knew at the beginning.
So when we first made the transition, I thought, okay, I have this program that has sold to 6,000 people and gotten incredibly reliable results. And a lot of our clients, right, there was overlap. They were like doing health and wellness products and coaching. And I had a lot of one-on-one clients that were kind of in this expert type space. And so they're like, you just need to teach that to everyone. So I just took it, rewrote it for coaches and consultants, and started to sell it. And it kind of flopped. We made four sales at 50%, and it was like $1,000 program. And I know that, for a lot of people that would feel really good, but we had an 11,000 person email list, and we had just done a few really big collaborations. And I was like, oh my gosh, we totally missed the mark. And I was focusing so much on what I was passionate about teaching, which was conversion and sales conversations and being a good human in the sales process. And so I was like, I'll focus on my passion and we're going to go all the way. And it was something I was known for. And so I would continue to be known for that. And everyone was like, but I need leads. And I was like, no, you don't. You need this instead. And then when you get the leads, you'll be able to convert them. And I don't know if you have a similar argument with your target market, but I went through that argument for 6 months.
Yeah.
And finally, I was like, well, we're going to have to help them with lead gen. And that's when we met you, because we were like, we know we've been doing Facebook ads for a long time, but we thought that beginner coaches would want to have something that was organic. And that was not something we had experience with. And so Karen found you, and we were so grateful. And then we started the organic, and then we quit immediately. And so I think the big lesson in all of that was don't skip learning what's hard for your target market. I took, I skipped an enormous step. In our career, I have had 9 offers. 8 of them have crushed out of the gate. This is my one offer that's been a failure, and it's weird because it was modeled after the most successful thing I'd ever sold. And
Mm,
the part that I skipped was actually going and talking to people and saying, you're a coach and you want to make $100,000. What is hard for you? I did
oh,
not, I sort of did it, but the problem is I was
yeah.
talking to people who are already my people. So they told me what I wanted to say, what I wanted to hear.
Yeah.
And so I skipped that part, and that mistake probably cost me two to $300,000. Because if
Yeah.
we would have just launched this program 1 year prior, we would
We would
already,
have
I mean,
better. Yeah.
maybe. I mean, who knows what would have happened, but I skipped that step that I was always very diligent about. And I made a
Mm,
lot of assumptions, and I was maybe a little arrogant, like not actively arrogant, but like I
yeah.
know.
Can
Um,
Can I add to that? Because I think that's really, really powerful. Even if, because I wanna translate this to you guys if you're listening and you're in a non-business niche, because Tasha's in a business niche, and I know that a lot of you listening, and you can just comment like, what kind of coaching do you do? Is it health coaching? Is it mindset coaching? Is it relationship coaching? Like, comment it below. I want to translate this to another niche. So, what Tasha was saying, whether it was just doing what she wanted, whether it was ego, whether it was arrogance, whether it was thinking she knew better, she's skipped the process of really figuring out what they wanted and needed and was painful for them right now, and going and getting good at that. And I see this a lot now, especially in the health coaching niche, because AI has come through, right? And it's disrupting the marketplace. It's disrupting the way that we do things. People are not just buying mindset coaching. And I see a lot of health coaches, they're doing their mindset coaching, and they don't want to go and get better at the stuff that their clients really truly want. Whether that stuff is being able to incorporate hormone testing, blood testing, certain analysis, things to really
Mhm.
personalize and customize the experience to make it a really high valuable program, they don't want to go and do that. And it's costing them
Mhm.
a lot of money. And so I just love that you said that.
Yeah, thank you. Well, and that's what we had to do. We had to, so we met you in October and we ran you through the worst sales conversation you've ever had. And then we learned how to do the organic stuff. And then we went through the same things that beginners go through, right? We hated it. We quit. When we came back to it, we're like, okay, fine. And it started working for us. And I mean, we literally, it's so embarrassing and sad. 6 months we were in your program without Jack until I was like, it came time to teach social media. And I was like, I knew the challenge, like the model that you taught for the small mighty events was going to work. And we used that and we signed 14 clients in 1 week. And I was like, what on earth is this? And we've had our bumps for sure, a lot of them in the learning process, and that's really hard. That is really hard. So I don't know if you want
Yeah,
to talk more about the ego is so hard because we had to go back and learn. We
please
we changed
do.
our lead gen strategy, we changed our nurture strategy, we changed our conversion event, and we changed our program. And before I had a program that was like an 8 week thing. And now we were doing a 6 months to a year thing, and I had to build all of that while the plane was in midair. And I mean, it was a brutal, brutal 9 months for sure. My dad
Wow,
passed away in the middle of it too, and it was like
I didn't know.
just like he passed away the week before we were supposed to launch, but he
So,
would not have wanted me to he would have wanted me to crush it, so we did.
so
Yeah. You didn't know that.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
No, no,
Yeah.
because you don't tell me these things.
Well,
Dude, you're a
we're
dream
on a
client.
group.
I don't know when you're having breakdowns.
Well, I
Tasha,
didn't have
dream
a
client, keeps her breakdowns to herself, but
I
I wouldn't
don't.
want
I
to do
don't. We
that.
schedule our meltdowns. They're 8:30 Wednesday morning. That sounds like a joke, but for many years we actually did schedule meltdowns because I think that it's important to like let it all out. But
I
my
thought
dad, he was, an Indian doctor, and he's like, you go to work and you work hard, and he would never ask me, how do you like work? He said, how does your work like you? So there's
Mm,
no way on earth he would want it disrupted, like
wow.
our business disrupted. And
Yeah.
so I knew that. And so in honor to him, I was like, we're gonna go ahead and carry on.
I think that's so powerful. So, I'm just going to recap my lessons that I've picked up from this so far. Like, I am getting really good lessons from this. Number one is be willing to go and get good at the thing that your clients really, truly want. If you want to create success, like, you need to put that ego aside. Number two, schedule your meltdowns. Okay, we have emotions, we got to let them out. But I didn't even know you were going through this really difficult thing, which I would have wanted to know. But in general, like, obviously, you said the 9 months was brutal. You rebuilt the whole thing. You've kicked off from scratch, you went through resistance with it all. But you schedule your meltdowns, which I just think is, like maybe some people could really adopt that. And then the last thing, because life happens and we're gonna go through hard things and we're gonna lose people, and just that reframe of instead doing it for the memory instead of letting it be the reason that
Mm,
you didn't do it, I think is really powerful.
yeah, cool.
Cool. And now you're doing, so hopefully that was helpful for you guys. Now you're doing this really cool thing. So you get like these like $1.99 ads or
Yeah,
something that you're
dollar
teaching.
leads.
Dollar leads. I love this. We were talking about this at the retreat last week. She goes, we do this thing, and they're blah, blah. I'm like, you get $1 leads. I'm like, oh my God, you need to teach this to people. Talk to me about the $1 leads.
So the lead generation ads, all of that. So everyone listening has a visceral reaction to when I say ads, and I'm just going to ask everyone to suspend it just for a moment, right? Just so you can hear parts of this conversation. And so what a lot of people, their experience with ads is they're trying to do actually pretty complicated stuff, but the gurus tell them it's not complicated. So like in Maria Wentz, ads are for everyone. You have to have a course that has sold 100 times and four upsells to run ads are for everybody. And so the ads that we have run consistently for years have been very simple lead magnet ads. And so it is, we give a freebie. Now, for a while, we just advertised straight to the group. That doesn't work anymore. If anyone wants to try, it doesn't work anymore. But we did advertise to the group for a while. And then we just do a lead magnet ad, something that people like, right? A freebie, I guess. And then on the thank you page, we invite them to the group. Because it's so simple and because Meta's AI is getting better at targeting, because they're taking the copy, whatever you say in the ad, and they're going and finding your people. Sarah, we are getting leads that are more qualified than ever I have seen in my career using Facebook ads. They're coming into our group off the thank you page and they're like, life coach, mindset coach, health coach. And I'm like, this is amazing. And so we're getting these leads. We started teaching clients this because when Facebook has been throwing a tantrum, I guess we want to, I don't know what the correct word is it. So we got thrown in jail. We're not able to really friend requests, but about half of our clients weren't either. And so we were like, we need to give them a solution because the stability of our income is related to the stability of our lead flow. And we have families we take care of. And so these leads are getting great results. We're in a coaching niche, so ours are more difficult, like $3. But some of our client Kelly, she's a birth coach. She is getting leads for under a dollar, about 80 something cents. Sally is a purpose coach for retired women. She spent $236. She's spending $5 a day, I think. 107 email subscribers, 33 group members. So really good. My client Janet, she's been using the strategy the longest and most consistently. She gets over 4,000 leads a month. And she does 800 to 900,000 a year. She teaches pet owners how to use essential oils on their animals.
Wow,
uh,
so
uh, the essential oil vet. So her leads for 18 months have been about under a dollar or right around a dollar. And we just love this strategy because, I mean, the first thing, like our model, it's very similar to yours, right? A is attract, B is bridge, which is nurture, C is convert. And so instead of trying to get leads to do all those things at the same time, we're just like, well, let's just fix attract so then we can go into the nurture part of it and then they're in our group, and so however we get in the group, now we can talk to them, we can tag them in content, we can message them, we can invite them to events, do all of those things. And so we're able to build those relationships. We turned our ads on mid-January when we realized that this was a bigger problem than we had initially thought, and we spent $10 a day, and within 3 weeks we got our first client at 2,000
so
bucks. And I'm like, that's pretty good.
yeah,
So
that's
that, I
that's
mean, that's our strategy in a nutshell, and those
love
are
it.
some of the results. And so we can absolutely get $1 to $2 leads right now on Facebook because Meta's AI is working better. And so we are launching a workshop this Saturday to just walk everyone through it, how to do it, how to do the lead magnet, how to set up the ads, what actually you need and what you don't need. And we're really excited about it. We still like organic. We have a lot of clients doing it. And I mean, if we could, we would do both probably and just flow up faster. But we know that this is really helpful for a lot of people. And so we're excited about putting it out into the world in a truly simple way versus one where you have to buy 10 courses and hire an agency at the end of it. We're going to teach you how to do it
Yeah,
yourself really easily.
I love it. I love it. So can they come to the workshop?
They can come to the workshop, and the workshop is also recorded as well. And I also have a PDF or Google Doc with the full strategy that I just went through, if anyone wants to grab it.
Amazing. Comment PDF if you want the PDF, guys. Comment workshop if you want the workshop. Tasha can come in here and she can drop it. Before we bounce, any final tips? Like, is there anything that has just been like if you have to think about like the key things that have really been so helpful in your business, because it's really hard to discern between signal and noise. Like I was having this
Hmm.
conversation at dinner like last week with Dr. Benjamin Hardy, and really everything is signal and everything is noise, and it's kind of like what we have to discern what is that thing that we're going to pay attention to that's going to help us move the needle forward. And I think that this is a skill set that most of us we lack, right? Because you get it through experience and through time. And that's how come when you do all these courses and they don't work, then you have the experience to discern like what do you really need and what don't you need. And so if you think back about the last 12 months, is there one or two things that you would say those things were game changing to our business and everyone should do it?
In the past 12 months, I would say stay calm. One of the things I have so deeply appreciated about you is Karen and I are very much like, I don't know if anyone has watched Pee Wee Herman or like when we were little, Pee Wee Herman in the States is this like weird guy and they had like a word of the day. And when the word of the day came up, he would get up and run around like, ah! And that's like kind of how we are because we're paranoid salespeople. And one of the things that I think has made a huge difference is how you've just been like held that emotion, that held that stress for us. And just been like, that's it, yeah, it's okay. Like I had a big swing and a miss, and we ended up pulling back from it. And I think in the past, I always knew what goes up must come down. And I think one of the biggest lessons that I've learned in the past 12 months, and I attribute it a lot to your presence, even if we haven't talked about it, is what goes down must come up. And I never believed that until this past year. And so I think that is a huge lesson. And so, if you're kind of in a down place, it will go up if we're doing a few things. I think there are a couple of things that I've always had that I think would be really helpful in this moment. Is it all right if I share?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So I think there's two things that alongside that, like stay calm, what goes down must come up, is like action and posture and how we show up. And so the
Mm.
first is my first coach taught me if you positively impact 3 people per day within 90 days, you will see that translate into income. And that's when I started. That's how we built so quickly. And even though it was hell and we had resistance and all of those things, we kept with it. If I positively impact 3 people per day, and we write down those names every single day, and it forces us to make content, do outreach, right? Offer complimentary coaching calls, invite people to events because we can't, if we don't impact people, then we can't create income. And so this is a lot in line with like creating results in advance, right? And the second part is our posture. So when we're new, like when I first started, I was nobody. Then I became somebody, like autographs in airports, weird stuff. And then I was like nobody again. And I fell into the trap of trying to prove my value. And one of the things that I learned is that every single day when we come to work, when we make content, when we meet with a client, even doing something like this, I was pretty like a little bit nervous. I was like, don't mess this up. And I was like, no, you have to provide value instead of trying to prove value. And when we try to prove our value, people feel it. They're not conscious of it. But that's where like a lot of the training around you got to have a million testimonials and all that. And I believe that, but also we can't be in this game where we're trying to prove our value. We have to provide value and people will know it. They will see it. And so when we walk into it, it changes the whole outlook of every conversation that you have. And it changes our posture and we grow quickly when we're trying, all we care about is providing value and creating an impact. And those are the things that I think helped us. Like there was hard things, but I think without those two principles, we wouldn't be here today.
I love that. I love that so much. I hope you guys are writing this down. Like, stay calm, hold posture, and then just provide value instead of trying to prove value. Like,
Yeah.
love, 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 love. If you want to go to the workshop, guys, comment workshop. If you want the free guide, comment PDF. Tasha will send you the free guide. But thank you for doing this and sharing this because you absolutely rock. We appreciate you. And peace and love, everyone. Have a great week. Bye.
Bye.